Hello and welcome to Story English Podcast.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Clara.
Today, we're stepping into a world many of us know all too well.
The modern office.
Specifically, an office slowly crumbling under tiny yellow squares of paper.
The passive-aggressive post-it note.
Just like that. Our story begins on a Tuesday in late October.
Rain tapped gently against floor-to-ceiling windows.
Fluorescent lights hummed a low, tired tune overhead.
And somewhere near the communal fridge, a single note changed everything.
Before we begin our tale, let me share what you'll take away today.
You'll hear natural uses of the phrase, take the mickey.
We'll explore how native speakers use have a go in everyday situations.
And we'll notice the subtle art of giving someone the benefit of the doubt.
Grammatically, we'll follow passive constructions with modals like should and might.
Vocabulary will include words like fraught, simmering, and morale.
All woven into a story about tension, misunderstanding, and quiet redemption.
So settle in and let's step inside Sterling and Croft Accountants, where the coffee was weak, but the grievances ran deep.
It was 9:20 on a damp Tuesday morning.
Clara sat at her desk, scrolling through emails with quiet determination. Her name is Clara too, though she spells it with an A, not an E.
A fact she has patiently explained 743 times.
She loved her job managing client accounts for small bookshops.
Each business had its own rhythm, its own story.
She felt she was helping keep stories alive, one balance sheet at a time.
But that Tuesday morning, something felt different in the air.
A tension like static before a thunderstorm.
She glanced around the open-plan office.
Desks arranged in neat rows under that familiar fluorescent glow.
Kevin from payroll was already sighing loudly at his screen.
Sarah in marketing typed with aggressive precision.
Mark, the office manager, hovered by the kitchen doorway.
Mark was a decent man who believed strongly in laminated signs.
His office featured 3 separate notices about mug-washing etiquette.
Clara stood to make tea, her third of the morning.
As she passed the kitchen, she noticed Mark staring at the fridge.
His shoulders were tight, his jaw set in quiet frustration.
She followed his gaze to a small yellow square stuck on the glass door.
Someone has been leaving milk out again.
It might have been left there overnight.
The handwriting was neat, almost elegant, but utterly cold.
No name, no please, no thank you.
Just an accusation floating in yellow limbo.
Reflectively, Clara felt a small knot tighten in her stomach.
She'd seen notes like this before, always vague, always pointed.
Last month, someone had written, "Your Tupperware smells in the microwave."
Though everyone knew it was Kevin's 3-day-old curry.
He'd brought it back for a 4th day just to prove a point.
But this milk note felt different, somehow heavier.
Mark finally turned and caught Clara's eye.
He gave a tight smile that didn't reach his eyes.
"I suppose someone has to have a go at the team again."
Clara nodded, though she hated that phrase in this context.
Having a go usually means criticizing someone directly.
But here it was indirect, anonymous criticism.
The worst kind, because you cannot defend yourself.
She made her tea, added milk that was thankfully still cold.
Back at her desk, she tried to focus on quarterly reports.
But her mind kept drifting to that yellow square.
Who wrote it? And why not just speak to a person?
These questions swirled as rain streaked the windows behind her.
By 11 o'clock, the office atmosphere had grown noticeably fraught.
Fraught means filled with tension or anxiety.
You might describe a fraught meeting or a fraught relationship.
The word carries a sense of strain, barely held in check.
Sarah snapped at Kevin for using the shared printer.
Kevin snapped back about her glitter pens clogging the scanner.
Mark circulated an email about respectful communication.
Which everyone read and immediately forgot.
At lunch, Clara walked to a nearby park despite the drizzle.
She needed air away from that simmering tension.
Simmering describes something quietly building beneath the surface.
Like soup on a low heat or resentment in a workplace.
She sat on a damp bench watching pigeons argue over crumbs.
Her phone buzzed with a message from her friend Liam.
Liam worked in graphic design and loved office gossip.
He'd once spent 14 minutes describing a passive-aggressive email chain.
As if recounting an epic Greek tragedy.
She types quickly about the milk note.
Liam replied instantly, "Someone's taking the mickey, aren't they?"
Taking the mickey means teasing or making fun of someone.
It comes from rhyming slang, Mickey Bliss, meaning take the piss.
Though we rarely explain the origin when we use it.
Liam added, "Maybe they think we're all dairy delinquents."
Clara smiled, feeling the office tension loosen slightly.
But when she returned, the atmosphere had worsened.
A new note appeared on the kettle.
Do not press the boil button twice.
Someone might have thought the kettle was going to explode.
Though it was a sturdy Russell Hobbs from 2010.
Sarah stood, arms crossed, staring at the note.
She turned to Clara, her face tight with frustration.
I didn't press it twice, I swear.
Clara believed her but felt helpless to defend her.
How do you defend against an invisible accuser?
That evening, Clara lingered after everyone left.
She wiped down the kitchen surfaces with quiet determination.
Removed both notes and placed them in the recycling bin.
A small act of rebellion against faceless criticism.
She almost left then but noticed something on the notice board.
Tucked behind a fire evacuation map was another yellow square.
The real problem isn't the milk.
It's that nobody listens anyway.
Clara's breath caught reading those words.
This wasn't anger, it was sadness.
A quiet despair hidden behind passive aggression.
She carefully peeled the note off and slipped it into her pocket.
Wednesday morning arrived with stubborn grey skies.
Clara entered the office earlier than usual.
She brewed fresh coffee and arranged biscuits on a plate.
Small gestures, but intentional ones.
Mark arrived first, rubbing his temples as if warding off a headache.
Morning, Mark, she said, offering a biscuit.
Thanks, Clara, though I fear today will be another trial.
Why's that?
Another note appeared overnight on the bin.
What did it say?
Please use the bin, not beside the bin.
Though the floor beside the bin was spotless.
Someone was fighting battles that did not exist.
Clara hesitated, then reached into her pocket.
She placed the sad note on Mark's desk.
I found this yesterday, hidden behind the fire map.
Mark read it slowly, his expression shifting.
The frustration melted into something closer to concern.
He looked up, his voice quieter than usual.
I think someone feels unheard, Mark said.
And they've stopped trying to speak properly.
Clara nodded, feeling a weight lift slightly.
Maybe we should have a proper chat as a team.
Mark looked doubtful, but nodded slowly.
I'll book the small meeting room for Thursday.
Just a casual thing, no agenda, no pressure.
People might actually talk if it feels safe.
Thursday afternoon arrived with surprising sunshine.
The team gathered in the small meeting room reluctantly.
Kevin brought his curry in a defiantly large container.
Sarah carried a notebook and 3 different coloured pens.
Mark stood at the front, looking unusually nervous.
He cleared his throat and began speaking.
I've noticed some tension around the kitchen lately.
Several people looked at their shoes or phones.
Nobody admitted to writing the notes.
Silence stretched thin and uncomfortable.
Then Clara spoke softly from her chair.
I think we're all a bit stressed with the year-end deadlines.
And maybe small things feel bigger than they are.
Sarah looked up, her defences lowering slightly.
I press the kettle twice because my hands shake sometimes.
She'd never mentioned her Miles tremor before.
Kevin admitted his curry was a comfort after his dog died.
Mark shared that his daughter was struggling at school.
The room transformed from tense to tender in minutes.
No grand speeches, just quiet human truths.
Then Mark pulled the sad note from his pocket.
He read it aloud without naming anyone.
The real problem isn't the milk.
It's that nobody listens anyway.
A silence fell. Not awkward, but thoughtful.
Sarah's eyes glistened slightly.
I think I wrote that, she whispered.
Everyone turned, not with accusation, but with care.
My mum's been ill, and work feels so trivial sometimes.
I thought nobody would care about my stress.
So I left notes instead of speaking up.
Mark reached across and squeezed her hand gently.
We care, Sarah, he said simply.
We just didn't know how to ask.
That moment became a turning point for the whole office.
The following Monday, a new notice appeared on the kitchen wall.
Handwritten in blue ink, not yellow.
It read, I'm having a tough week.
Please be patient with me.
Love, Sarah.
Below it, Mark added, mine too.
Kevin wrote, My dog would have loved your curry, Sarah.
Clara added, bookshop accounts are killing me this week.
The wall became a quiet space for honest vulnerability.
No more anonymous accusations, just shared humanity.
Office morale improved noticeably over the next month.
Morale describes the collective spirit or confidence of a group.
High morale means people feel positive and connected.
Low morale feels heavy and disconnected.
You might hear about troop morale or team morale.
It is a fragile thing, easily damaged by small cruelties.
But also surprisingly resilient when met with kindness.
By Christmas, the office felt different.
Still busy, still stressful, but warmer.
People asked how each other's weekends were.
They brought in homemade biscuits to share.
And the yellow post-it notes disappeared completely.
Except for one cheerful reminder by the printer.
Please collect your documents promptly.
Thank you, lovely people.
Signed with a small smiley face.
The crisis had passed, not with drama, but with quiet understanding.
And Clara kept that first sad note in her desk drawer.
A reminder that passive aggression often masks deep loneliness.
That people who cannot ask for help sometimes lash out sideways.
And that giving someone the benefit of the doubt changes everything.
Giving someone the benefit of the doubt means assuming good intentions.
Even when their actions seem unkind or confusing.
It is an act of generosity toward others and ourselves.
We might say, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time.
Or, she deserves the benefit of the doubt after everything.
It costs nothing, but can heal so much.
Now let's reflect on the language woven through our story.
First, the phrase, take the mickey.
This means to tease or make gentle fun of someone.
You might say, stop taking the mickey, I'm being serious.
Or, he's always taking the mickey out of my accent.
It is informal, but not rude among friends.
We often shorten it to taking the mick.
A common mistake is confusing it with take the mickey.
Which sounds like you are stealing a person named Mickey.
Though that would make an interesting story too.
To sound natural, try adding aren't they at the end.
Someone's taking the mickey, aren't they?
Notice how the T in aren't links smoothly to the they.
Aren't they becomes aren't they in natural speech.
Try saying it aloud with that gentle link.
Next, the phrase have a go.
This has two common meanings in British English.
First, it can mean to criticize or complain about someone.
As in, Mark said someone has to have a go at the team.
Second, it can mean to try something.
I'll have a go at fixing the printer.
Context tells you which meaning applies.
In our story, we used the critical meaning.
A common mistake is using it too aggressively.
Having a go can sound harsh if said with anger.
So we often soften it with words like just or maybe.
I'm not having a go, I just wanted to mention it.
Notice the weak form of to in wanted to mention.
It becomes wanna mention, almost blending together.
This softening makes the phrase feel less confrontational.
Try saying, I'm not having a go with that gentle rhythm.
Now, let's explore giving someone the benefit of the doubt.
This phrase means choosing to trust someone's intentions.
Even when their actions seem questionable.
It comes from legal language about reasonable doubt.
But now lives in everyday kindness.
You might say, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Or, he didn't get the benefit of the doubt that time,
A natural alternative is cut someone some slack.
which means to be more tolerant or forgiving.
Both phrases invite empathy over judgment.
Notice the rhythm of benefit of the doubt.
The middle words often reduce to weak forms.
Benefit of the becomes benefit of the in flowing speech.
Try saying that quickly and notice how it softens.
Now let's turn to our core grammar pattern.
Passive constructions with modal verbs like should, might, and could.
These structures let us discuss actions without naming who did them.
Which connects beautifully to our story's theme.
The passive voice shifts focus from the doer to the action itself.
With modals, we add layers of possibility, obligation, or advice.
The structure is modal plus be plus past participle.
For example, it should be addressed.
Or, the note might have been left overnight.
Notice how we do not say who should address it.
Or, who might have left the note.
This vagueness can feel evasive in real life.
But grammatically, it serves important functions.
First, when the doer is unknown or unimportant.
The milk might have been left out by accident.
We care about the milk, not who left it.
Second, when we want to sound diplomatic,
This issue should be discussed calmly.
rather than you should discuss this calmly.
The passive softens the instruction.
Third, when focusing on the action's effect.
Feelings could be hurt by anonymous notes.
Here, the hurt feelings matter more than who caused them.
Contrast this with the active voice.
Someone might have left the milk out.
The active version names an actor, even if vague,
The passive removes even that vague actor.
creating distance that can feel cold or bureaucratic,
In our story, the notes used passive aggression.
which mirrors grammatical passivity, removing human connection.
When Sarah finally spoke actively, I wrote that note.
The tension dissolved because responsibility was claimed.
Try forming your own passive modal sentence now.
Perhaps about something that should be changed in your workplace.
Remember the pattern: modal plus be plus past participle.
Now let's explore our vocabulary words more deeply.
First, fraught, a wonderfully expressive adjective.
It describes situations filled with tension or anxiety.
A fraught journey home in snow.
It comes from nautical language, meaning loaded with cargo.
Now it suggests being loaded with emotional weight.
We often pair it with words like relationship or atmosphere.
The meeting was particularly fraught this morning.
Notice it is almost always negative in tone.
You would not describe a picnic as fraught.
Unless seagulls were aggressively stealing your sandwiches.
Then perhaps it qualifies.
Next, simmering, which we used for tension.
Literally, it describes liquid just below boiling point.
Figuratively, it means emotions quietly building beneath the surface.
Simmering resentment, simmering excitement.
It suggests something could boil over if pushed.
but for now remains contained and dangerous.
You might hear politicians describe simmering tensions in a region.
Or friends mention a simmering disagreement at home.
The word carries patience and threat simultaneously.
Morale we touched on earlier.
The collective emotional health of a group.
High morale means people feel valued and connected.
Low morale feels heavy and disconnected.
Managers often worry about team morale during busy periods.
It is fragile and easily damaged by small, thoughtless acts.
But also surprisingly resilient with consistent kindness.
Next, grievance, a formal word for a complaint.
Often used in workplace contexts about formal complaints.
Filing a grievance means making an official complaint.
But we also use it informally for minor annoyances.
I have a small grievance about the new coffee machine.
It sounds slightly more serious than complaint.
Adding weight to what might seem trivial.
Mediation comes next, a process for resolving conflict.
A neutral person helps two sides find common ground.
Many workplaces offer mediation before formal grievances,
It is less adversarial than official complaints.
focusing on understanding rather than blame.
The word carries hope for repair.
Thaw as a verb describes ice melting.
But we use it beautifully for tension easing between people.
After their argument, a slow thaw began between them.
Or, the office atmosphere finally thawed after Christmas.
It suggests natural, gradual warming, not forced resolution.
A fruitful word, implying coldness was temporary.
Finally, unspoken, the powerful adjective for what goes unsaid.
Unspoken rules, unspoken feelings, unspoken agreements.
These shape our interactions more than we admit.
The unspoken tension in that office drove the whole story.
Sometimes what we do not say carries the most weight.
Try using one of these words this week in conversation.
Perhaps describe a situation as fraught or mention simmering excitement.
Notice how native speakers respond to your word choice.
Language lives when we use it, not just study it.
Before we finish, we want to invite you into our community.
This week, try using one phrase from our story.
Perhaps give someone the benefit of the doubt in a tricky moment.
Or gently tell a friend, stop taking the mickey.
Then come back to our YouTube channel and share your experience.
We read every single comment you leave.
Your stories about using these phrases inspire our future episodes.
If you enjoy learning real British English through stories, please subscribe.
New episodes arrive every week with fresh tales and language.
We craft each one, hoping it helps you speak with more confidence.
And more humanity.
Because language is never just grammar or vocabulary.
It is how we reach across silence to truly hear each other.
Thank you for spending these moments with us today.
Thanks for listening and for bringing your curiosity to our story.
See you next time for another tale from Story English Podcast.